Hello all. In the series of covering SAT topics, this is our 12th video where we will discuss the questions of our last two video in which we discussed about data analysis, basically percentage, ratio and variations, rate problems, and we discuss about graphs and tables, statistics. So we have taken some questions related to these topics where the first question says a soccer team has played 25 games and has won 60% of games it has played. What is the minimum number of additional games the team must win in order to finish the season with winning 80% of the games it has played? So what we can do in this, see, let total additional games be x. Now if additional number of games is x, then total number of games will become 25 plus x, that is total, and it is saying that out of 25 games they have won 60%. So 60% of 25, that is equal to 25 times of 60 over 100, which is 15. Now it's asking what is the minimum number of additional games that the team must win in order to finish the season 80%. So we have taken x as the main additional games. So we can say, suppose they are, since it is saying minimum number of additional games, that means they have to win all of the games they will be playing additionally. So from here we can say 15 they have won, and out of x they are going to win all x games, and that should be 80% of total games. That means 80% of 25 plus x. So from here what we will be getting, 15 plus x is equal to 80% of this, that means 0.8 times of 25 plus x. From here we are getting 15 plus x is equal to 20 plus 0.8x. From here what we can do, we can subtract 0.8x from both the sides and 15 from both the sides. So we'll be getting x minus 0.8x equal to 20 minus 15. So from here we are getting 0.2x equal to 5. Dividing both the sides by 0.2, we will be getting 25. That means they need to play and win 25 additional games. So that's option B is the answer. Moving to next question. It says 3 students use a computer for a total of 3 hours. If the first student uses the computer 85% of total time and the second student uses a computer 52% of total time, how many minutes does the third student use the computer? So as you can see, our third student is uses total is 100%, in which 52% uses second student and 28% uses first student. So third student will be less, whatever we will be getting from here. So 52 plus 80, that is we are getting 52 plus 28, that is 80. So we will be getting 100% minus 80%. So that is equal to 20%. That means the third student is using 20%, and 3 hours is equal to 3 times of 60, that is 180 minutes. So we basically need to find 20% of 180. So we will be getting 20% of 180. So 20 times of 180 over 100. So we will be getting 36. So 36 minutes. That means option C is the answer. Moving to next question. It says, what are the coordinates of the point P in the XY plane that divides the line segment whose endpoints are A, negative 1, 4 and B, 4, negative 6 into two segments such that the ratio of AP to PB is 2:3. Now we had discussed a short trick to solve this type of question. This is called as section formula. We had discussed about two methods for section formula. Suppose this is the line AB where P divides it in the ratio of 2:3. So suppose this is M, this is N. Suppose coordinates of A is x1, y1 and coordinates of B is x2, y2. Then P is given by mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. Now here if you will see, A is negative 1, 4, and B is given as 4, negative 6. That means we just need to put these values. So we will be getting m is 2, so 2 times of 4 plus n is 3, so 3 times of nx1, that is negative 1, divided by 2 plus 3. Then my2, that means 2 times of negative 6 plus ny1, that means 3 times of 4 divided by 2 plus 3. So what we are getting from here, this is equal to 8 minus 3 over 5. This is minus 12 plus 12 over 5. So from here we are getting 5 over 5, which is 1, and 0 over 5, which is 0. So if you will see the option, it's option A. So this is how we can easily solve the question related to section formula. Now moving to next question. It says if 8 to the power r is equal to 4 to the power t, then what is the ratio of r to t? So this is related to ratio and variations, and exponents, laws of exponents are involved in this. So 8 to the power r can be written as 2 to the power 3 to the power r is equal to 2 to the power 4 can be written as 2 to the power 2 and to the power t. So from here what we are getting, 2 to the power 3r is equal to 2 to the power 2t. Since both are equal, that means we can say 3r is equal to 2t. We have to find the ratio of r to t. So r over t will become 2 over 3. So we can say r is to t is equal to 2 is to 3. So it's option A. Moving to next question. It says a plumber works twice as fast as his apprentice. After the plumber has worked alone for 3 hours, his apprentice joins him, and working together they complete the job 4 hours later. How many hours would it have taken the plumber to do the entire job by himself? So what we can do, let the plumber, so it is saying a plumber works twice as fast as his apprentice. So let the plumber takes X hours to complete the job alone, and apprentice takes, since plumber works twice as fast as his apprentice, so that means if plumber is taking X hours, apprentice will take 2x hours to complete the job alone. From here it is saying that after the plumber has worked alone for 3 hours, so how much he will be working in 3 hours? He can complete the job in X hours. So 1 hour work of plumber, that will be equal to 1 over X part, and 1 hour work of apprentice, that is equal to 1 over 2x part. Now it is saying that for the first 3 hours plumber has worked alone. That means we can write in 1 hour he can do 1 over x job. So in 3 hours he can do 3 hour x jobs. Sorry, 3 over x. Then after 3 hours his apprentice joins him, and working together they complete the job 4 hours later. So after this they start working together. So since they are working together, it's 1 plus x plus 1 over 2x. That is their collective 1 hour work, and they complete the job in 4 hours. So this is the, and that should be equal to 1, because they are completing one complete job in this much, using this much parts. So we can write this as 3 over x plus 4 over x plus, from here we are getting 2 over x equal to 1. So from here we are getting 3 plus 4, 7 plus 2, 9 over x equal to 1. So from here we will be getting x equal to 9. That means we have taken plumber x for plumber, and that's what it is asking. That means the plumber can do the job alone in 9 hours. It's option A. Moving to next question. So this question is related to graphs. It's given that question 1 and 2 refer to the graph above that summarizes a survey of a group of 250 people who were randomly selected when viewing a multiplex movie theater and asked what type of movie they had seen. What percent of people surveyed saw either an action or a science fiction movie? So you can see action movie watched by 60% people, and science fiction watched by 60 people, and science fiction watched by 50 people. So for the first one, total number of total number of people are 250, out of which 60 plus 50 have watched action and science fiction movies. So we can find the percentage, that we will multiply by 100. So we are getting 110 divided by 25 times of 100. So we will be getting 100 is, it's 250. So it will be cancelled out 44 times. So we'll be getting 44%. Now question number 2 says, if a total of 1700 tickets were sold for the 5 types of movies represented in the histogram, what is the best estimate for the number of tickets sold for the romance movie? So as you can see here, for romance movie it is given 30 people have gone, And since total 1700 tickets were sold, 30% people have gone. So 30 people have gone. So of the 250 surveyed, 30 over 250 times of 100. So we are getting 12% saw a romance movie. Assuming that the same proportion holds for the entire proportion of the movie ticket that was sold, we can say that uh, it's saying number of tickets sold. So tickets sold, number of tickets will be equal to 1700 total tickets times of this 12%. That can be written as 1700 times of 0.12, which is equal to 204. So 204 tickets were sold for romance movie. So that's the answer for question number 2. Moving to next question. So in this question, a box plot or we also call them as whisker plot is given. So it says the box plot summarize the masses in kilograms of two groups of gazelles. Uh, Based on the box plots, which of the following statements must be true? So from here you can see, we know that the median of a data set represented in a box plot is represented by the vertical line within the box. So it follows that the median mass of the gazelles in group 1, if you will say group 1, that is 25. For group 1, median for group 1 is 25. Now same way you can see median for group 2 is 24. Median of group 2 is 24. So since 25 kilograms is greater than 24 kilograms, the median mass of group 1 is greater than the median mass of group 2. So we can see the same thing in option C. Median mass of group 1 is greater than the median mass of group 2. So that's how we can solve this type of question. Moving to next question. In this question it says age of 20 students enrolled in a college class, it's given. The frequency is given. The table above shows that the distribution of ages of the 20 students enrolled in a college class. Which of the following gives the correct order of the mean, median and mode of the ages? So what we can do here, we know that the mode is the data value with the highest frequency. So for the data shown, the mode is 8. Mode will be equal to 18. That is this one. Now the median is the middle data value when the data values are sorted from least to greatest. Since there are 20 ages ordered, you can see it's, as it is saying, it is for 20 students. So the median will be the average of the two middle values, and that will be 10th and 11th value. So you can see 10th and 11th value both are lying in 19. So we can say that for both it is 19, therefore median will be equal to 19 plus 19 over 2, that is 19 only. So what we got? Median we got. Now what we have to do? We have to find the mean, and mean is the sum of data values divided by number of data values. So we can say mean is equal to, since it is, you can see frequency is given, so it can be written as 18 times of 6 plus 19 times of 5 plus 20 times of 4 plus 21 times of 2 plus 22 times of 1. That means we can simply write 22, 23 and 30, and divided by total number of students are 20. So we can write 20, and that should be equal to 108 plus 95 plus 80 plus 42 plus 22 plus 23, that is 45 plus 30, that is 75. So 108 and 42, that is 150, 95 and 75, that is 170. So 150 and 170, that is 320 plus 80, 400 we are getting total. So 400 divided by 20, so that will be equal to 20. So here mean is greater than median is greater than mode. So if we will see the options, then mean greater than median greater than mode, which is option A. Moving to next question. This question says the line graph shows the total amount of snow in inches recorded each year in Washington DC from 2003 to 2015. If P% is the percent decrease in the annual snowfall from 2003 to 2007, what is the value of P? So what we can do from here, you can see the percentage decrease between two values can be found by dividing the difference between the two values by the original values, and that will be multiplying by 100. So if we will see between 2003 and 2007, it was 40 minus 10. Original value was 50. I will multiply this by 100. So we are getting 30 over 40 multiplied by 100, which will come out to be 75. So it's given that it is equivalent to P%. So that is 75%. That means we can say P is equal to 75. And that will be the answer. Moving to next question. This says the results of two independent surveys are shown in the table below. Men's height, group, sample size, mean and standard deviation. So two groups are given, A and B. So what we can do here, so we know that standard deviation is a measure of spread. So the data sets with larger standard deviation tends to have larger spread. The standard deviation of the heights of the mean in group B is larger than the standard deviation of heights of the men in group A. Therefore, the heights of men in group B had a larger spread than the heights of heights of the men in group A. So you can see choice A is saying the group A dataset was identical to the group B dataset. That is wrong. If two datasets are identical, they will have equivalent means and equivalent standard deviation. Since the two datasets have different standard deviation, so they cannot be identical. Now choice B, if we will say, it's saying group B contained the tallest participants. This one is also wrong because without knowing the maximum value for each dataset, it's impossible to know which group contained the tallest participant. Now if you will see choice D, it says the median height of group B is larger than the median height of group A. Since the mean of the two groups are equivalent, the medians could also be in the same or could be different, but it's impossible to tell from the given information. So this one is also wrong. So that means option C is remaining. So C should be the answer. The height of the men in group B had a larger spread than the height of the men in group A, that we discussed initially. So you should know also how to reject the options, because in some of the question you may stuck and you will not be able to find the correct option. And in those cases, try to find the incorrect options. So that's how we can find the answer of this question. Moving to next one. It says the dot plots represents the distribution of values in dataset A and B. Which of the following statement must be true? So first statement says the median of dataset A is equal to the median of dataset B, and the second statement says the standard deviation of dataset A is equal to standard deviation of dataset B. So we know that the median of a dataset with an odd number of values that are either in ascending or descending order is the median value of the dataset. And since the distribution of the values in both dataset A and B form symmetric dot plots, as you can see, middle is 3, both side 2, then 4 and then 1. Same goes here also, 1, then 2, then 4 and then 2. So since it is symmetric, so what we can say from here is, and each data plot set has an odd number of values that we can count the dots. So 1 and 4, 5 to 7, 3, 10 to 12, 4, 16, 1, 70. Same goes here, 1 and then 4, that is 5 and then 8, 13 and then 4, that is 17. Now it follows that the median is given by the middle value of each of the dot plots. So we can say that median of dataset A is 13, which is the middle value. Median or group 1, which I am denoting by G1, that is equal to 13. Similarly, median for group 2, that is also 13. So from here, what we can say, statement 1 is true. Now it says that dataset A and dataset B have the same frequency for each of the values 11, 12, 14 and 15. As you can see, 11, 12, 14 and 15. Here also 11, 12, 14 and 15. They are the same. So what we can do from here, and dataset A has frequency 1 for values of 10 and 16, whereas dataset B has 2 for 10 and 16. So a standard deviation is a measure of the spread of the dataset. So it is larger when there are more values further from the mean. So you can see here how many datasets are more away from mean and how many datasets are close. So we can see that Uh, and smaller when there is more values closer to the mean. As I said, since both distributions are symmetric with an odd number of values, the mean of each data set is equal to its median. So here we can say mean will be equal to median. So since mean is equal to median, each data set has a mean of 13. Since more of the values in data set A are closer to 13, in data set A more values are closer to 13 than data set B. It follows that the data set A has a smaller standard deviation. So we can say a standard deviation for data set A will be less than standard deviation of data set B. So statement 2 is false. That means if we see the options, then here it will be 1 only is the correct. That means option A is the correct answer for this. So that's all this for this video. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you.